In financial investing, it's important to be diversified. You have mutual funds, stocks, bonds, anything like that. For me, I probably should pick up a little bit of insurance. Because the diversification that I have is in a different way. Hyundai Elantra, Toyota pickup, Ford Ranger, 2 Chevy S10s, and an Oldsmobile Collect. Those are all vehicles that I have been a part of when they have been totaled in one way or the other. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Today I will be sharing with you 6 lessons on what not to do with a vehicle. Lesson number 1 is that the bridges ice up first. So if it's a clear day or a clear night in eastern Washington in October, then you actually want to slow down before you hit the bridge. Otherwise, instead of going this way, you're going this way, over the bridge and getting out this way. And that was a silver Toyota pickup. Lesson number 2 is that there is a purpose for rest stops, especially at night. This was again in eastern Washington between Yakima and Ellensburg. Maybe that's not my best road. This time I hit a guardrail nodding off asleep. But the good thing about that situation was I never liked that vehicle to begin with. I was an Oldsmobile Collect. Lesson number 3 is that if you're going to stop on a hot day, then it's probably good to take that nap in the parking lot versus in the middle or the edge of a forest. Because shortly after, I start noticing this burning smell, and then all of a sudden the wiring's gone, and basically the vehicle burns to the ground. But that was my dad's vehicle, a Ford Ranger. So as far as I was concerned, I didn't worry about it. But he was frustrated because he had to get his Seahawks tickets reissued. So I heard about that from him. Lesson number 4 is that parking a vehicle in Lake City can be a risky proposition. One night I parked my vehicle. The next morning I come out to it and I noticed that all the way down the driver's side can't even open it. Well, it turns out that I was a victim of a hit and run, and this time I wasn't even driving. I was still involved in something, and that was another silver vehicle, but a Chevy S10. Silver, not my favorite color. The next vehicle was another Chevy S10, but this one was tan. And this time I was driving, but I wasn't sure where I was in Puyallup. And so I decided that instead of pulling off the road, maybe looking at Google Maps or doing something like that, this is a work trip. I'm running a little bit late. So I would just pull off this side street at the last minute. Well, the problem about taking a left turn on a busy road at the last minute is that you can get T-bone. Now, and T-bone steak, that tastes great. But when you're actually T-bone and you're ending up sliding the vehicle on the side, not so great. That one involved a broken wrist and surgery. And so that was not fun in itself. But I also, and nothing against Puyallup, but the officer was kind enough that she thought it would be an act of compassion to move on quickly to the next thing in her day, because she followed me to the hospital and was kind enough, while my heart rate was, I think, in the 40s, I'm on the emergency room table, to, well, drop that little ticket into my shoe. Because evidently, in Puyallup, they don't have the budget to actually, mail out the tickets. That's not in there. They're a little short on funds. Lesson number 6 is that the express lanes, they're not your friend. This was a couple of weeks ago, and this was a Hyundai Elantra. And this time, I was just driving, and well, actually then I was stopped, but this wasn't my fault. But all of a sudden, I hear this snap, and it was actually more like a boom. And it turns out this time that I was hit by a vehicle going over 40 miles an hour. And again, I'm thinking, I'm stopped, and this is what happens. So that was a 4-car accident. Now I'm up to 4. Hadn't been that high before. and so for me, what I've learned from these situations is that I will always carry full coverage insurance. And I'm also going to always carry Aflac supplemental insurance, because when it comes to driving a vehicle, I'm always in a lot of hot water. Thank you.